Well, it's Monday, April 26th, and the Jester just finished his 200 at the Jackpot Ultra Fest. He started off the week on Wednesday doing 198 at Born to Run. Then we drove to Vegas, and he did the Friday United States Track and Field 100, and he did, that was 199. Finished around noon, a little under 28 hours. He did the Born to Run in 27, and then he ended up doing 107 miles in the 72-hour race. So congratulations to him getting 200 hundreds. He used to think was the career 100 leader, but then we found out that Sandra Brown, ultra running history, found out that she's done over 206. So Ed's trying to catch her. He is the male world record holder. And we just got done doing a podcast video all about his week of 300s in those many days. So congratulations to him. On with some more stuff. We've been talking to people on Clubhouse from around the world, and everything is still really shut down. But here in California and the United States, we are having track meets, ultras, and all kinds of stuff. And this guy says, training a large meet this weekend at the Drake Relays. There is no doubt the East-West prelims can be held with full field sizes. They did a great job of hosting and made it a safe environment for all athletes and fans. NCAA track and field can do this too. Reinstate 48. And yeah, Nico Young at the Drake Relays broke Herman Fernandez 5K record, 13-something. And it had been around for quite some time. And then we had the Hayward Field races here in California. I don't know about other states just because I follow Prep Cal Track. Well, we're having lots of high school meets. And, of course, we just had the Canyons 100K up on the Western States course. Some people were concerned that maybe Western States isn't happening. It looks like it's happening. I know San Diego 100 got canceled because of the COVID, but I'm not sure what's going on with that exactly. But looks like Western States and many other races are go. I'm doing a half marathon Judgment Day, which they actually did have back in November, went off smoothly, so I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, Nanny Goat, where Ed did his first 100-mile years ago. He'll be there. And I'm signed up for the 12-hour. I like this person. Eden Dranger says, someone asks you, what do you do for a living? It's mostly to calculate the level of respect they need to give you. And that's definitely the case here in the United States. Some interesting good news here. World Athletic Championships October 22nd timetable revealed today has been designed to allow the world's best athletes showcase the full range of skills in a newly reimagined Hayward Field at the University of Oregon. And so it sounds like it'll be, because they talk about it on Let's Run lots of times, where it's difficult sometimes to do the 5K, 10K double, usually not, but sometimes, or like at the World Championships last time, the young lady, Safan Hassan, she ended up doing the 1,500 10K double just because it wasn't possible to do the 5K one. And same thing with like some of the sprints and stuff. And, we want to build stars. We need to let them compete in the events they can do, but you can't really have prelims in the morning and finals in the evening. It just doesn't work. It works in swimming, but swimming you're not pounding yourself as much. So I'm glad that they sat down and tried to figure out a good scenario for that event. And, of course, like I said, they had a race there. Then sliding over here, this was kind of interesting thing. Yale Athletics, their track has been used since the 1870s. Pretty impressive. They're showing a little video here of the track. Of course, it wasn't all weather back then. I guess they allow hammer and discus and javelin throwing on the premises and bleachers on the straightaway seat 1,500. That's the Yale track. Very interesting. Oldest continually used track in the U.S. So then, of course, I Run Far always does great coverage. They have an interview after this world-setting record run, so you definitely should check that out. If you want to find all these links, just go on Twitter /AndyNoise, and I've retweeted all this. I'm just taking it right off of my profile Twitter feed. Again, drugs are always got to be talked about with our sport. Jonathan Gull from I Run Far says, very interesting thread here from Kenya, Director of Criminal Investigations. Curious to see how this unfolds. Alleges, among other things, that forged documents from Kenya's Athletic Anti-Doping Agency of Kenya were shared with journalists. It says, forgery suspects, Elias Cupton, believed to be part of an international conspiracy running out to tarnish Kenya's image in the athletics world by developing false doping allegations against Kenyan athletes, was today morning arraigned before in their judge court. So, oh well, so sad. Then just keep scrolling on here. Some other kind of sad news in sports. We've updated our article about Tin Man Elite parting ways with the coach Tom Tin Man Schwartz. We now have statements from Tin Man Elite and Schwartz's wife, Tammy, and it basically is coming down that the coach was trying to keep the athletes in line. He didn't care for some of their social media type of stuff, according to his wife. and then there was like a vote on whether to keep the coach or not, but it wasn't an anonymous vote, and of course they're a semi-professional team, so it wasn't like you could say, hey, I want to keep the coach, when most of the people didn't want to keep the coach. You want to keep your funding. So that's what she says, and they kind of say that it was a mutual parting. Of course, that's what they always want to say. So you can check that out. I know Tin Man Elite is on the internet quite a bit, and they're basically talking about that Tammy, the wife, thinks, the head coach, that some of the stuff they were doing was kind of inappropriate. And I've heard that comment from other people before. They do get a lot of views and stuff, but, so ongoing controversy there, so unfortunate. Here, of course, another article, I run far from 112-hour records to the USA 100-mile road championships and from the Canyons 100K. You can check out all the action. They talk about it there, so I'd highly recommend going on there. This is pretty adorable. Watch this dog. Somehow he got on the track. Look at him running down, that young man, and he is going in for the win or tie. Look, how fun. Actually, I guess a young gal in the 4x100 almost trips the young woman. Says, dog ran on a track during a high school relay in Utah and covered 100 meters in 10.5 seconds. Greatest athletic performance of all time. Now we'll just have to teach this good old boy how to swim and bike too. USA Triathlon. Pretty funny, entertaining little thing there. This was kind of interesting. I had not heard about it. The film will be streaming Thursday as part of the Hot Docs Film Festival. You can order your ticket now. I guess it's go up though. Friday night, Salazar out at this point. This documentary looks at the intriguing Nike's Big Bet, Alberto Salazar, and the fine line of sport. You may recognize some of the interviewees, including Malcolm Gladwell and Let's Run's own Weldon Johnson. Definitely have to check that out. I guess, just like Christian Coleman got his suspension reduced, supposedly Salazar's was looked up into, so he got suspended right during the 2019 World Championships in Doha. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on that. And then the final tweet, I believe, of the day, Killian Jordan, of course, the great trail running legend, tweeted out this: a true legend, Arlene Piper was a pioneer running Pikes Peak Marathon in 1959. Wow, she just was 90 years old and passed away. And that was a few years before the woman jumped into the Boston Marathon and ran it. So quite impressive indeed. So a little bit of endurance Twitter today. And as always, stay healthy, be boring, and please subscribe.